So today we want to look on a flex pipe for the exhaust on the RX7. And we have some flanges that we want to just mock up and to see how best it can fit up, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully you guys can see this, but we're trying to see how best the flex pipe could fit right here. This is the down pipe coming down here, and then it just joins into this exhaust joiner and then onto the catback exhaust. So we're trying to mock up how best we can put this in to the exhaust system so that we can have more flexibility with the exhaust as well. So we're going to try and mock this up and see how best we can do it. So the first thing we're going to do is just remove this clamp here and then see how it can fit up behind there. Oh, look at that, they're actually loose. Well, this one was. So you can see how much it was being held up, and this was supposed to be some aluminum tape that's got fried, so let's just get all of this stuff off. So I guess the aluminum tape did not work. Worth a try, right? Alright, oh, there's more of it. We need to try and measure this distance here, see if it will line up. Seems like we're going to have to cut off some of this side, cut it off to make it go down to about here, and then we have to remember the flanges as well, because we need a flange on each side. Figure out the best way to put this in. Something like this, and we will have to cut this down as well. So that we know how far we can carry this. Alright. We want to see how far we have to measure from this flange here all the way up to here, right? And then remember that we have to put another one of these flanges on this side so that the flex can be joined to it, or we could weld the flex directly to the down pipe. That's another option as well. Kind of like the flexibility to remove it, so I'm going to try and see if we can get it to be with another flange. So we have to figure out where best this flange could sit. Of course it can't sit right here because this is way too close, so it's going to be probably somewhere back here, trying to avoid the body of the car as well. Rotate this one like this and let it sit like this in this orientation. Will be tricky, but let's see how best we can measure it up. Cut off some of the wrap. Okay, the bend is here. I think it's best to try to weld this section back here and give or take a what thick is this? This is half inch for the flange. This is a very kind of rough way to do it. The flange is back here, then we should be able to clear the body of the car here. Alright, new plan. I'm going to weld the flex pipe onto the flange here. On this side I'm going to actually just weld this flex directly to the downpipe and not put a flange on it. So I'm trying to just measure how far for it to be cut. So I'm going to do it right about here and see if that works. And the good thing is this is a flex pipe, so it will flex a bit so that we can get it aligned. So I'm going to mark this now and then take the downpipe off, and then we'll have to head over to the welding shop to get them to cut it and weld these things on. So let's mark this now, which should be interesting to do. That red mark right here, and then we'll connect it to the flange here. So I got my measurement from here to the flange, and just to see, you know, how far we can put the flex pipe in. So it's about there. Might not look accurate, which it's probably not, but the good thing is we'll have some flex based on the pipe itself. So let's see. Now we have to take off the downpipe, which is not exactly the easiest thing. To take off the downpipe here, we have to remove our turbo blanket and then get to the V-band back here, and also I'll just unplug the O2 sensor from here and then take it out whenever I get the pipe down. So first step, take this off, which was a pain to put on in the first place, but we have to take it off. There's some spring-loaded clips down here, right there, that has to be removed first. One turbo blanket off. It uses these little spring clips, and it clips onto these little knobs here, so they clamp over the turbo on the exhaust side. So now that we have removed this, we can go ahead and remove our clamp, and then I'll be able to just remove the downpipe here because it's V-band here, so it's a lot easier. So you get to see the exhaust side of the turbo. Everything looks good under the blanket, seems to be working, protecting these coolant hoses and all the other eye lines as well. So let's take this off. 13, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's a 13 mil. Alright, that seems to be a bit seized on there. Alright, let me get some WD-40 so we don't break anything. So after some WD-40, it's nice and loose now. Let's just disconnect our wideband sensor so that it can be released with the downpipe. One downpipe out. We have the mark here, that red line there that we want to cut. So the plan is to cut this off here and then join the flex pipe there. So I have the O2 sensor here that we'll just go ahead and disconnect as well before any cutting and welding can take place. Here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to cut this here and then weld this on here. Right, so we're going to weld this straight to this pipe, the downpipe, and then the other side will be the flange that connects to the catback. So that's what we're planning to do, and then we'll take it from there. Once we get this welded up, we'll reinstall it onto the car. Here are all the parts for the welding shop. So I've marked where the flange should be on the flex, so you can see it here. So these three markings here should line up with these three here, right? And then we'd cut the downpipe so that it matches this, and this mark here is the lowest point, so this one should be facing the ground basically, right? And this is facing the ground as well, so these two should line up in terms of the orientation for the flange, because we don't want to be welding this and then it's like this way or this way and then it doesn't line up to the catback exhaust that's on the car. We want to ensure that this lines up with this just like this, and then after that this mark should be lining up with dead center of this mark here, so that way we know the orientation, because remember that end connects to the turbo and there's little room to rotate it once it's connected to the turbo. So we have to just make sure that these two are lined up. In this one is dead center of this one, so that when we're ready to install it back on the car, we shouldn't have any issues lining up the bolts for the flange. Alright, so let's get over to the machine shop and then we'll take it from there. Let's see if we have any more leaks. So still a little bit of a leak here, but maybe I'll tighten the clamp a little bit more and then see if that works. Somewhat of a slight leak here, but maybe if I can tighten the clamp just a little bit more, maybe that will close up that little gap. We're back at it again. Got the exhaust lined up for the downpipe to the turbo, so that's all set. But we now have a different issue because the mid pipe isn't lining up just squarely with the flange here. So what's happening is from this point down to here is hitting against a bracket. So I have an aftermarket transmission bracket from Banzai, which doesn't support the weight of the transmission. It's more like it stiffens the transmission, right? It can be there and it cannot be there, if you will. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to just cut a little bit out of that bracket so that the exhaust can go up more and then we can fit it up. Here is the bracket for the transmission. It just mounts up over here, so right here is where it's hitting, right along here. So I'm just going to cut a little groove out, maybe up to about here, so that the exhaust can go up some more to meet the flange here. So it's right near it. You can see right there, it's pretty close, so I'm going to just cut a piece out here. So this mount is aftermarket, it's from Banzai, and it just stiffens up the entire transmission here, because on an RX7 the transmission is held in place by the PPF, which is the power plant frame, which is this bar running alongside the drive shaft here. So let's take this off first. Also going to remove this bracket here, which is just there below the exhaust, so that we can put the exhaust back on a lot easier. So first let's remove this. So here is the bracket. It pulls up like this on the car, this way up. So what's happening is the exhaust here is hitting against this area here. So I'm thinking either to cut a groove out here or to just cut off this side and let the brace have only one side. That way I'd have some amount of, you know, sturdiness with it. But I'm just trying to figure out if I should just cut a groove out here and then see if that would work. But what I want to do first is just fit up the exhaust, kind of mock it up without the bracket, and see what kind of clearance we have with this exhaust. So this side fits up great, the bolt goes through. This side, the bolt is just about right here on the edge, so I'm just going to grind this out just a bit so that it can have some more room to line up the bolt on this side. The decision was made to cut this piece off. So this piece was where the exhaust would be running. Instead of cutting out a chunk of it, I just decided to separate it, and then this side will be the only side that's giving any kind of rigidity to the transmission. So should be alright. So I'll just clean up this side and probably spray it so it doesn't rust, and then put it back on the car and then install the exhaust. Got this tightened up. Have a gasket between the flex pipe and the mid pipe, and one bolt here, one bolt here. It's very close to the drive shaft here, so I have to keep an eye on that. But down here we have a little plate in between the catback exhaust and the mid pipe, because there was a gap there, so we'll just put a gasket in that plate and then another gasket, seal it right up, and use the longer bolt since it just needed to push the exhaust forward a bit. And this one is bolted up as well, and that's about it. So we have a little bit of clearance here between the drive shaft and the mid pipe. It's because of this resonator here. It's obviously fatter than this. We could put a full just straight pipe in there, but we'll keep the resonator for now as long as it doesn't give any issues. So flex pipe into the down pipe up to the turbo, and yeah, let's put the car on the ground and then see if there is any leaks anywhere. Hopefully not, because it was a pain to get to this. So for this now, the bracket here, what I'm going to do is just bolt it to this side and then bolt it to the middle here. Of course it can't reach over here again, simply because the exhaust is here, since it sits much higher now that the flex pipe is on it. So I'm going to install this now, and then also I'm going to put this back. There's a bracket that sits like this, if you guys can see that. There's a bracket that sits like this, so we're just going to put this back as well. It's time to see if there are any leaks. Let's try and start it. Here we go. Not going to put on the turbo blanket yet. Here we go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Zero leaks. Excellent. But it has been clearly a dirty job, because you can see my shirt, and we just have to test it and see, and then go from there. So if you guys enjoy this kind of DIY content, fixing RX7s, Supras, Evo 10s, then please consider subscribing. Until next time, drive safe.